And I'm thinking we continue on with our uncommon survival series and try to boil water in a paper cup. Let's get to it. Everything you know about bushcraft and survival, we're taught to get a nice rolling boil in a stainless steel bottle, preferably. And once you get that rolling boil or that churning of that water, everything in there should be disinfected or killed, meaning viruses, bacteria, protozoa, and parasites. They're eliminated or killed. Now I'm demonstrating today, what if I don't have a stainless steel wide mouth bottle? What if I don't have a canteen cup? What if I find trash in the woods or trash in a dumpster? Can I still do the exact same thing? We're taking that theory and we're going to apply that theory. So what's going to take place here is the water is less than 212 degrees. Therefore the cup is also. Heat rises, it has to pass from the bottom of that cup through the top. Once it does that, and everything being equal or uniform, we should get that rolling effect. However, the water is still going to be 212 degrees, the same as the cup. And right here you can see what I was just talking about. The heat is passing through that cup, causing that small piece of carbon and ash to move around inside the cup. So it's happening as we speak. You're looking at it in real time. Here's some fun facts. At 6,500 feet and below, water boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Now I have no idea what that is in Celsius. If you know, drop a comment. What's actually taking place here is once we get that rolling boil, or where the water's churning over the top, everything is disinfected or killed, meaning viruses, bacteria, protozoa, and parasite. It's rendered inert or killed, and it's safe to drink once it cools down. But what's happening prior to that? Let's say it takes 35 or 40 minutes to reach that rolling boil, but we're above 165 degrees Fahrenheit for 35 or 45 minutes. We are now pasteurizing that water, and it's still safe to drink. So the end result will be exactly the same. So what we're going to do is build a wall of fire on one side and coals underneath, and hopefully the breeze is going to come through there and pull that heat right up against the side of that cup, and we'll see that quick rolling boil, and then we'll be in business. So we have a nice hot coal bed underneath the cup and a wall of fire right here, and that should get that cup up to temp. I'm gonna go ahead and call that good and pull it off there, and we'll talk about the reason why. We did not achieve the rapid rolling boil that I hoped for, that same churning and aggravated bubbles where it actually turns over the top that you get inside of a stainless steel bottle. I kind of wanted to see that in the paper cup. We didn't get that, but we got the next best thing. We got small bubbles, meaning it did boil, and we got, most importantly, pasteurization. We took it from outside temperature all the way up to the beginning 165 degrees Fahrenheit and held that for 35 to 45 minutes and brought it all the way to probably around 210. That length of time, just 1 or 2 degrees under that rapid rolling boil, guaranteed is pasteurized. All the viruses, bacteria, protozoa, and parasites are killed or rendered inert. Now, the reason why I decided to take it off of there is because two things. One, watching it for that length of time and knowing pasteurization took place, we weren't going to achieve the rolling boil. But most importantly, on that final shot that I showed you, the water level was probably about a third less. All we were doing at that point was evaporating the water. So that's one of the indicators that I use if I can't reach a boiling temp and I notice the water starting to drop a little bit more every 10 minutes, a little bit more every 10 minutes. I know for a fact we've crossed over that pasteurization and now all we're doing is losing water. So it's a give and a take. You gotta watch it, you gotta know the hows and whys and know what you're doing and why you're doing it. Instead of just going out there, tearing up the countryside, lighting a fire and thinking you're gonna get her done. Or, you know, the worst one is you don't need them waters. I can go out there for 3 days. Can you? Now, doing all of this reinforces one thing. Bring the proper gear. If you had a stainless steel cup, stainless steel water bottle, could have found a creek, filled it up, boiled it between 2 and 5 minutes, let it cool down for about 35 to 45 minutes, drink it, do it again, let it cool down, hit that trail. Instead of sitting out here for 45 minutes for what was 16 ounces of water and is now probably about 10. And I'm willing to bet I blew through probably a quart or two tending to that fire. So would this help me? Sure, give me a quick cool drink. But in the scope of things, in the long term, I'm starting off in the negatives and I'm staying there. And at some point, it's going to cost me. That actually took longer than I thought. I was hoping for a rapid rolling boil in like 20 minutes or less. But you know, it is what it is. And my theory is it's got something to do with that coating on that cup. It keeps it just cool enough so you don't burn yourself or scald your hands. And I think that's got something to do with that. So if you tried this before without that coating on a cup, or you're going to, drop a comment, let me know. As far as revisiting this, I'm gonna try this again at a later date, but a different way. I'll leave it at that. So we have several series that we're doing right now. We have the ASMR series, which is the sights and sounds of bushcraft. Very little to no talking. We also have YouTube shorts that drop Monday through Friday without fail. We have a shorter video that drops along with a midweek video. And we have our usual long format video on Sundays along with our gear. So we've upped our game. Most are not doing this. Most are talking a big game. I'm out there doing it week after week after week after week. In addition to that, we're putting in 60 hours a week, turning out the skillets. And we're gonna roll that 60 hours right over into what's next. On that note, let's go get out of here. With that, all the gear in my videos can be found in one spot, my website, corporalscorner.com, and that link is located in my video description box. Now please do me that favor, hit that like and subscribe button, then ring that notification bell. Once you ring that bell, please select all notifications. And as always, thank you for your comments, views, and support. Thanks for watching. Get out in the field, have some fun. I'm gonna catch you next time.